A Yorkshire club took the honours here yesterday. Another Yorkshire club will be promoted today. Will it be Doncaster or Leeds United? It's live from Wembley Stadium on Sky Sports 2 and HD2, that's channel 409. And our commentators are Gary Birtles and Alan Parry.
Thanks, George. Let's check on the lineups then. And not surprisingly, both teams are unchanged from their semi-final victories. Doncaster's 11 virtually picked itself after their superb performance against Southend. Leading scorer James Hayter continues up front for the suspended Paul Heffernan. Their lineup includes two former Leeds players, goalkeeper Neil Sullivan and young defender Sam Hurd. Gary McAllister keeps faith with the side that wanted Carlisle. The only doubt was at left-back, where regular Alan Sheehan, who's available again after suspension, failed to dislodge his deputy Bradley Johnson. Leeds have more experience. Four of these players are internationals: Dougie Freedman of Scotland, Lubomir Mikelic of Slovakia, Australian Neil Kilkenny and Jonathan Douglas of the Republic of Ireland. Strikers Mark McCammon and Gareth Taylor included among the Doncaster subs. Trezor Kandol is the attacking option for Leeds. So can Leeds United make football history here? No club has ever been promoted after starting the season 15 points behind everyone else. They had to win 6 games just to get off the mark. Now they need to win 1 to get promotion. Tumultuous noise around Wembley Stadium as Leeds United in their famous all-white kit get us underway. Andy D'Urso is today's referee. Ball meant for Beckford. They're very strong at the back, Doncaster Rovers. Yes, they are a good footballing side who normally like to keep the ball on the ground, but they haven't got to this stage without being resolute defensively. And in Mills and Hurd, they've got two really strong centre-halves.
Just the all-round package for Doncaster is very, very strong, very impressive. All comfortable on the ball from the back through the midfield up to front. Terrific movement throughout the team. There's always support for the man on the ball. And if they can overcome the nerves and play the football we've seen them play in the semi-final, then there'll be a big test for Leeds. But they have the edge in terms of experience, so very well balanced.
In a couple of hours' time, one of these teams will be looking forward to a place in the Championship. And a fixture list that includes the likes of Birmingham and Wolves, Crystal Palace and Reading. The losers will be condemned to another season in League One. These have around 10,000 more fans inside this stadium than Doncaster, and they rose to their feet then as Freeman wins the first corner.
He was asking for that ball earlier, gestured, he wanted it quicker.
Just a throw, in fact.
Just allowed them to close him down.
Doncaster fans packed at that end of the ground. Their team incidentally used the dressing room that's normally used by England. Whether that's a good or a bad sign, I'll leave you to judge. And the first shot in anger from the left-back Johnson.
Well, why not early in a game? Try and catch the goalkeeper cold. It's a long way out. It's hooked clear. From there, decent first touch, and he thinks, why not? Let's explode one. Got the best technique. Good first touch, but then tried to put too much into it, both feet off the floor. There's nothing wrong with having an attempt from that distance early on in a game or any other time.
Richardson, one of the long-serving, in fact, the longest-serving player currently still at Leeds, knocks it clear. And the whistle's gone for a free kick to Doncaster, who, of course, came so close to going up automatically. They would have been promoted if they'd won their final game of the regular season at Cheltenham. But they lost 2-1, and Sean O'Driscoll has had to go through the agony, and believe me, even if you're winning, it is that of the playoffs.
I think that was what was so impressive about them in the semi-final. They could have felt sorry for themselves. They were in pole position last game of the season, didn't happen, but the performances they put in the semi-final, just tremendous, and testament to the way Sean O'Driscoll's got them geared up for this.
Huntington will have to be at his best in the air against Price. Here's O'Connor, looking for Green down the right. Too much on it.
The first 10 minutes of a game like this. It's a settling down period. Everybody wants a touch early to get the first touch good, win the tackle, win the header. And you'll see a number of passes go astray early on.
Leeds 90 minutes away, possibly, from a return to the Championship after just 1 year in League One, the lowest they've ever been in the club's 88-year history. Here's Price with a clever turn inside the penalty area, and that earns a corner.
Well, there we see the first passing movement to feet, kept control of the passage of play. A little turn by Price, good defending by Leeds.
Mills, the giant centre-half on loan from Manchester City for most of this season, comes forward for the skipper Stocks corner, driven in too low though. O'Connor was going to retrieve it, left it instead to Green, and it comes back to O'Connor.
Slightly disappointing, 2 chances to put a little bit of pressure on Leeds and didn't take the opportunity.
Just remember, the first time in Doncaster's history they've been in the Football League playoffs. They came through the conference version 5 years ago. Also the first time they've ever played at Wembley in the club's history. Strong challenge there from Douglas, getting a free kick.
Well, I think an overly strong challenge, but because it's early in the game, I think Andy D'Urso will just try and calm it down. We'll see him slide in, totally nowhere near it. Any other time, any other situation, he gets booked there without a shadow of a doubt. And he knocks him right onto the track side. He's off the grass, and that's a pretty poor one early on. Lucky to get away with that.
Stock waiting for a bit more movement before he takes the free kick. Green and Coppinger combining, not successfully.
Well, Leeds will know they have to close Doncaster down so quickly. If you don't, they'll play around you, they'll play through you. Gary McAllister knows that. I think he's trying to get his team playing the same way as Doncaster Rovers. He's done superbly well so far. He's taken over. His players are taking his ideas on board. It takes a little bit more time than that.
O'Connor drives it long. Away by Nikolic, the Slovakian international. Here's Price for Doncaster. They always get players forward in the wide positions, like Roberts here, the former Tranmere Rovers fullback. He had in a League Cup final for them against Leicester a few years back. O'Connor does a similar job down the right. A useful ball as well. Price wants it. Price gets it. And maybe Price should have scored.
Well, there we see what they're all about. They're starting to get into the stride, keep possession well, get in the channels, and you think Douglas is favourite to get this, dives in a little bit, allows his man to get past, leaning a little bit back, deflection, but again, so much confidence flowing throughout this team. It's a good block in the end. Price did nothing wrong there.
Stock again with the corner, gets it much higher this time, much too high in the end, but they've retrieved possession, and still plenty forward. Price wants it near post this time.
Well, head in hands from Wellens, and no wonder. Did absolutely magnificently to get where he did. Once he gets in the box, they can't touch him. Gets through another tackle here. They think he's going to cross it, allow him to go on, and he's gone for glory. Just put it in the air. He does ever so well here. And you think, well, now just put it across, and he's gone for goal. Impossible to get it in from there. But they're on the front foot in a big way, aren't they, so far, Doncaster?
Richie Wellens, a major doubt for this game. He had to return to the dressing room during the pre-match warm-up for an injection on an injury that's troubled him for some time now. In fact, he's due to go in for a hernia operation as soon as the season is completed. Here's Green, back to O'Connor. Price prominent again here. And he ends another corner.
Well, they may have realised, Leeds, that they had to defend early on in the game. If Doncaster got into the stride pretty early, and they've certainly done that, and they've on the back foot, Leeds have had to defend. Look at that so far. 3 corners, 8th minute of the game.
Mills the threat again here. Stock will try to find him far post. Dangerous ball in.
Well, at the moment, Leeds are struggling to get out their own half. Again, only 2-on-1 there. There's got to be another white shirt coming out there. Unfortunately for Leeds, the ball's beyond, but you cannot leave 2-on-1 from a corner.
Early concern then for a man who played around 300 times for Leeds United in his own playing career. O'Connor back to Sullivan. Price backing into Mikulin. He's got away from him briefly. Green joining in down the right. Hayter comes near post. And they always look for the ball along the ground like this. Roberts helping it on. Price in a good position again. Desperate clearance there from Johnson. Leeds are on the back foot.
It's a brilliant clearance from Johnson because Price was in.
And the danger here. What a brilliant save.
Well, this is goalkeeping of the highest quality. He spotted the danger. If he'd have stayed on his line, he'd have been in trouble. Good first touch. Stays on his feet to the last minute. What a terrific block. You think he's just going round him. And that is a save that might just lift Leeds United.
And James Coppinger, the man whose hat-trick against Southend earned Doncaster their place at Wembley. So close to providing the breakthrough.
Well, look where all the action's taking place. Big percentage there. Gary McAllister won't be pleased with that.
And no offside flag here. The goalkeeper called into action again and performs brilliantly again.
Well, they've got a big debt of gratitude to that man. Two in a minute. Stays onside. They're all over the place, the back four. Good first touch, tries to go round, and again, he just does it right. He stays on his feet, he doesn't commit himself too early, the goalkeeper, Anker Grennan, keeps his side in it yet again.
The Danish goalkeeper has come to Leeds' rescue twice in the opening minutes here.
Well, you have to be switched on as an outfield player, but you have to be switched on as a goalkeeper, and how good has he been in these first 10 minutes? Look how he's wrong-footed to start with. Just going to let fly Coppinger. It's a big hand on it. There's the wherewithal to pounce again. Nobody following up. But this one, again, the opposite side this time. Good first touch. Tries to go round. Doesn't commit too early. If he does, he brings him down. Stays steady, stays strong, and denies again. Breathtaking start, to say the least, from Doncaster.
No sign of any Wembley nerves from them.
Well, I think the Leeds realise what a good passing team Doncaster are, and I'm not so sure they expected this barrage so early in the game. They just cannot get possession of the ball and get it away from the danger area.
There's O'Connor, Coppinger to his right, Green ahead of him. Hayter and Price also in a good position here. Price peeling away to the far post now. And it's Mikulin who clears his lines, but Leeds are under constant pressure at the moment. O'Connor for Doncaster. He wanted it along the ground. Mikulin with a risky challenge against Hayter, who's found a way through.
They're just a 6th and 7th defence at the moment. They're not playing as a back four at the moment, they're just being torn apart. Luckily, the goalkeeper is seeing everything in front of him and sweeping up very well for them.
Leeds have got to settle and get going here. Johnson, who had that early shot for them. Proton, first time I recall seeing him on the ball, one of their most experienced players. There's the skipper, Douglas. This is better from Leeds United. Richardson back to Huntington. Now Mikulin, everyone getting a feel of the ball for the first time. Friedman peeling away. Beckford is up with him. Leeds get the throw.
It's better, it's relieved the pressure on the back four at long last. What you've got to do, just keep possession for a while. Just take the sting out of Doncaster.
Proton. Decent ball, but Welland's read it. O'Connor. Too precise, really, and certainly not accurate enough for Price. Douglas.
I think what will be going through the Leeds players' minds now is, well, let's keep it 0-0 for another 10-15 minutes, and let's hope they start feeling a little bit sorry for themselves, Doncaster, because they could have been 2-0 in front had it not been for the goalkeeper. Leeds can keep it that way. They might just be able to get on the front foot themselves.
Driven long for Beckford this time. And he's done well to control that. Douglas. Prutton. Here's Johnson. Rather made a meal of that ball, intended for Friedman. O'Connor. Quite happy to switch their style and go long when it lends itself. Mills keeping an eye on this all the way with the dangerous Beckford breathing down his neck. The Coke growl. Huntington.
Interesting to see Dougie Friedman's reaction. The ball that was trying to play it into his feet. A couple of times, trying to get the ball in, but just delayed it a little bit. Dougie Friedman has played at a little bit higher level, and he's used to getting that ball a little bit quicker to his feet. And if it's delayed, that benefits the defender. They can just get in front.
A whirlwind opening 15 minutes here, driven by Doncaster. But now Leeds have settled. Beckford for that. Unnecessary challenge. Mills knows it, and the Leeds players react angrily.
Now, you see, for me, he's given a yellow card, Andy D'Urso, here. He should have given one to Douglas in the first 4 minutes, because that tackle was as bad as that one for me. It was a premeditated one, and he's got the card out this time, and I'm sure Doncaster players might be saying exactly that. Why didn't you book their captain? He said probably first tackle. Doesn't matter if it's in the first minute, just because it's a playoff final. If a foul is a bad one, you still book somebody for doing it. You can't just feel sorry for somebody because it's a final. Beckford does well, he's strong, he holds it up well. And he does go right through him, right in front of the referee. Just lays it off there, and he's gone through him. But that, for me, is no worse than the Douglas one, who didn't get a yellow card.
And now the Leeds fans have found their voices. Can their team find the net? Kenny lining up the shot, though there are other options close to him in Douglas and Prutton. Well, from our angle, it looks as though he'll have a decent sight of goal here near Kilkenny. And he went for it. I think it came off Price. Playing it back in first time.
Well, you've just mentioned House, and I think for the first time in the match, and that just shows you, I think, how much dominance Doncaster have had. He's not been able to get on the ball.
Young man born literally within walking distance of Ellen Road, and a Leeds United fan from as early as he can remember.
Well, how important was he in that semi-final?
These two clubs haven't met for over 50 years before this season, and both the league meetings were won 1-0 by the away side. Leeds was recent winners at the Keepmoat Stadium only last month. That's a poor ball straight to Beckford. Now, can he punish that first error from Doncaster?
Well, they love to pass it, but sometimes you can't afford to pass it in those sort of areas. Hurd knows that. Took a liberty, not giving it to Beckford. Good first touch, gets away, tries to hit it with his right. Would have been better with his left foot there. Comfortable save for Sullivan. But you do not give somebody like Beckford that sort of opportunity.
Sam Hurd, who was released a year ago by Leeds United. Here's Roberts. Pointed the challenge from Kilkenny. And then the second one from Richardson. And finally Doncaster get the throw.
I thought they got the free kick there. Maybe Durso right on the spot again. A good view of it. He's not happy. Wellens. There's the first one. He goes through that one. There's 2 out on him now. He might have a point there. Well, he got the ball, but he doesn't look happy with it.
Key man Richie Wellens, Doncaster's Player of the Year, and he was also named in the PFA's Team of the Year for League One this season and last season. Quiet, tactical thinker, Sean O'Driscoll. Never seems to lose the plot there on the touchline. His old Bournemouth teammates from his playing days used to nickname him Noisy because he never said a word.
Well, the man alongside him, Richard O'Kelly, will more than make up for that.
Old teammate of yours, wasn't he?
He certainly was. Great attitude, joker in the dressing room. So he's the buffer between the gaffer and the players. And he played his football under Alan Buckley, who used to love getting the ball down in the lower divisions and playing. It was a pleasure to play for him, and I'm sure Richard's influence is much appreciated at this club.
O'Driscoll won promotion as manager of Bournemouth through the playoffs. That was 5 years ago now. Dealt with easily by Huntington. Here's Stock. O'Connor driving down the right flank with those overlapping runs and ends a corner.
I love to see fullbacks get forward, and these two for Doncaster, every time they get possession, they are intent on bombing forward and helping out. It's disappointing the final ball, but it's so difficult to defend against.
Mills just beginning his run from the edge of the Leeds penalty box. Again, not the best delivery by the captain, Stock. Now can Leeds break here? Oh, good skill from Douglas. However, he's lost possession now. Price takes it on. He wants it back here. Wellens, a thoughtful sort of player, always takes his time. Hopkins is involved as well. Here's Wellens again for Doncaster Rovers. Hayter shows for the ball, edge of the box. And these neat little triangles bemusing Leeds United. Howson in, he slipped. Beckford on the counter-attack. Friedman to his right. And he tried the more difficult ball for Douglas.
Well, he had 3 players on the opposite side of the pitch, and why he reversed it there. Most difficult ball, most difficult option he chose. You see the white shirts breaking on the right-hand side. 3 of them. Look at this one, a reverse ball, no chance of threading that through. He said, I didn't mean it. Of course he didn't mean it, but more awareness to the right-hand side of him, and better off.
Bretton takes the safe route back to a goalkeeper who will certainly remember his first 10 minutes or so of this Wembley final. It's his first season at Leeds United, Kasper Ankergren. They signed him from Brøndby, where he actually won a league and cup double in the Danish division. O'Connor going in hard. And he's stabbing it forward, and it turned out to be a good ball for Wellens. Price helps it out to Roberts. Wellens involved again. Stock. Always good movement off the ball from this Doncaster side. They certainly play the game in the right way. Free kick.
Well, he might have played a little bit of advantage there, the referee. He kept possession.
Wilson gets a telling off from Mr. Durso. Midway through the first half, and there's no question that territorially Doncaster have made by far the better start.
But they have rode the luck, Leeds, and that will give them, I'm sure, a bit of inspiration.
Coppinger tries to get away from his marker as Roberts floats it in towards Green. get tickets at the Doncaster end. In fact, Doncaster had to suspend their own ticket sales when they realised what was happening. They sold about 25,000 compared to Leeds' full allocation going, 36,000 for them. O'Connor goes long here. Green available. Coppinger trying to take on Huntingdon, and the linesman spotted a bit of shirt pulling going on.
Well, 2-on-1. We realise the danger of that man Coppinger. Don't allow him to get one-on-one on you. You saw what he did in the semi-final. There's one and there's the double. Douglas coming in to help out. Not needed in the end, but closes the alley down for him there.
Hat-trick against Southend in the semi-final was the first of his career, and today is his 250th game. Play by Mills. No consolation, I'm sure, to Leeds United unless they win here today, but it's remarkable that they've even got this close to promotion. They were bottom of the table for the first few weeks of the season as they had to claw back that 15-point deduction. They actually won their first 7 league games. Now so tantalisingly close. Obviously be desperate to go all the way. That was a handball.
Well, he's saying he chested it down. Mr. D'Urso in a good enough position to give this 100%. There we see he sticks his shoulder. Is it on the shoulder? Is it on the chest? It's one of those. You call it one way and you get stick from the player, and you call it the other way, you get stick from the opposition.
Grun looking for Friedman. Gets it clear. Wellens. Kenny doesn't see much of the ball, but then you could say that about most of the Leeds attacking players up to now. Defenders have seen rather more than they would have wanted. Here's Michalik. He played in the Premier League for Bolton Wanderers. Lovely ball. Beckford is near post, so is Friedman. That's disappointing.
Trying to be a little bit too clever there.
Huntington there to win it back. Roberts, very experienced left back, moving it to Wellens.
The problem Leeds have found in this game, they've been defending that deep and they've been under that much pressure that when they do break, the midfielder find it very difficult to get in and join in with Friedman and Beckford. It's a long way to make up on this pitch.
Johnson. Seems a long time ago when he had that early shot in anger. There's Douglas sliding it through for Beckford. The layoff not quite crisp enough, but Protton retrieves possession, and that's a clever back healer. Unless Sullivan reaches it, and he can't, that's Leeds United's corner.
Well, the Leeds crowd in good voice now. Decent bit of play there from David Protton. When you flick things through your legs in those sort of areas.
Leeds have had to wait 28 minutes for their first corner.
A bit of relief.
It's not a bad one, though. The goalkeeper did well to be so decisive there. Sullivan, a former Leeds player, remember. And a break on perhaps for Green. Painter up with him. Wellens arriving. And that tackle will certainly add a free kick and maybe a card for Protton.
Yeah, he's got to give a yellow card for that. That's what David Protton does at times. He is a little bit reckless. He is a 100%er. Here we see, very late. And he's liable to throw one of those on in again. And Mr. D'Urso gets it spot on.
One caution for either side now, as O'Connor finds the ball dropping short. Beckford intercepts. O'Connor recovered. Michalik can't really risk the ball back to his goalkeeper here. He never seemed to have it fully under control.
There was talk of yesterday the ball holding up a little bit on this Wembley pitch. I had a walk on there with the groundsman before the game. It's really firm despite all the rain we've had down on it. It still seems to be holding up a little bit.
Wellens. Douglas with a good strong challenge. Richardson with time to bring it down. Kilkenny ahead of him. Beckford's call for the early ball down the centre. Hurd clears, but only as far as Dougie Freedman. First real moment of concern, perhaps, for Doncaster Rovers, and they've survived it. Roberts.
Well, if you get the ball to Dougie Freedman, he's liable to do what he just did there for you. Got enough guile and knowledge in those forward areas to unlock defences. He needs the supply, as any striker does. So far in the game, it's in short supply. It's starting to get a little bit better. I think they've weathered the storm well. Starting to get into the game now, Leeds.
Just coming up to the half-hour mark. Price. Ian Hayter went for the same ball then. Stock helping it on. Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think that was a complete accidental challenge, but it might nonetheless earn a yellow card. It's certainly a free kick.
That would hurt as well. At least he's got up onto his feet very early. He's not stayed down and milked it. There, oh, I'm not so sure. I think he knew he wasn't getting it and just left his leg there a little bit.
Bit fortunate there, perhaps, Paul Green. Apparently the word from the Doncaster bench is that Sean O'Driscoll believes that Richie Wellens has been a target of the Leeds United players for some of those heavy early tackles.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that. You pick out key players in the opposition and you don't let them play. You close them down, you tackle them, and it's football for you.
As long as it's within the laws of the game, absolutely.
Absolutely. Spot on. I don't understand that at all. The compliment when a player is picked out because of his ability, and clearly Wellens is that sort of player.
Kenny shifting it in midfield here, and finding Johnson. He's had one long-range effort. Will he try another? Short for Beckford. Back to him. Beckford again. Didn't catch it properly.
He didn't catch it properly. It took a deflection on the way, but not a big enough one to deny. Sullivan a little shimmy inside. Nice 1-2, comes back to him, doesn't get the power, there's the deflection. Doesn't defeat Sullivan, takes the power off it here, makes it a little bit easier.
Goalkeeper Neil Sullivan takes the opportunity to have a few words with his teammates about exactly how Leeds cut through them so simply then.
We're talking about the Wellens having a go at him. I mean, do Leeds realise he's injured or he's had a problem? That's why they're targeting him, or because he is one of their key players? I would like to think because he's one of their key players.
Well, I'm sure they will have noticed him disappearing during the warm-up. Back to the dressing room where, remember, he had to have a pain-killing injection. Of course, the playoff weekend continues tomorrow, Bank Holiday Monday, with the League Two version, Rochdale against Stockport, Sky Sports 2 and high definition from 2:30. Leeds fans enjoying their afternoon. Maybe not the performance of their team entirely, certainly not in the first 15 minutes anyway. Roberts keeps it in play, but gives it straight to Fraser Richardson. Hemmed in by Price.
It's so important that when you are under pressure, as they were in the early stages for so long, you dig in there, you keep strong, you do the basics right, and hope you come through it and then have a little bit of passage of play yourself, and that certainly just started to happen in the last few minutes for Leeds.
Douglas. Here's Mikkeli. On to Johnson. Prutton takes over. The famous Leeds United song, Marching On Together, rings around Wembley as Michalik opens up the play to Richardson. Douglas trying to drive it into the feet of Dougie Freedman. Difficult bounce, and it was well led by Howson. Beckford. Putting onto his right foot, which is his favoured one.
Well, this was all about the movement of Dougie Freedman. Gap open right up for Beckford there. That's what Dougie Freedman does with his experience. He moves people about. You see his position where Dougie Freedman is now. Look at the movement there. Takes a defender, the gap opens up, and the shot's not good enough. That's what experience of that man gives this football team.
34 today, by the way, Dougie Freedman, who got the vital late goal in the first leg of the semi-final against Carlisle, and Leeds were 2-0 down. Richardson drives it forward towards Freedman. Not an easy ball for Mills to deal with. Kenny has lost Roberts for the moment and finds Prutton. Clever player. To see too much of him on the ball, Doncaster. And it's come through to Beckford. That was a good turn, but O'Connor did enough.
It must be a joy for Beckford to be playing alongside such an experienced player as Dougie Freedman. Again, the interplay was good between the two. Played close together.
Price. One ball, I think. Jason Price won promotion to the Championship with Hull City 3 years ago, and Hull bounced through 2 divisions under Peter Taylor. With an excellent header. Beckford. Johnson's in support here. Prutton again. Flag has gone up for offside.
This time the ball is driven in. And there, the official has got it dead right. Just coming back from an offside position, Dougie Freedman.
The target here for Sullivan's kick. Aita not far away from him. Doncaster claiming free kick there. Nothing given. Beckford. Now it's Leeds who get the free kick.
Well, the better side at the moment, aren't they, Leeds? Doncaster on the back foot.
Taken by Neil Kilkenny, an Australian international. On the ground for Richardson. Plenty in the box, awaiting the cross here. Not quite good enough to test the Doncaster back four, but the back pass gave them more problems than the initial cross.
Certainly did, but again, it wasn't the defender who cleared the danger there, it was Price. The number of times you've seen him in the semi-final, and now going back, helping his teammates out, winning important headers.
Richardson, the outlet on the right again. Gets it back from Kilkenny. Beckford and Freedman in the penalty area. Again, the cross much too close to Sullivan.
Well, the idea was good. You can see what he's trying to do. He was trying to keep it away from Sullivan. Didn't on this occasion.
Richardson goes long, the referee got in Howson's way then. He's will be furious if anything results from this, as Green holds it up, and indeed they've got a free kick out of it here, Doncaster.
Well, now they can take the pressure off a little bit and calm it down.
just issuing the orders there to his own captain, Stock, about where this free kick should be played. And it goes in towards Price. Wilson took a risk on the edge of his own area then. Douglas there to help him out, though. Now he needs help. O'Connor with a strong header. And Doncaster back on the front foot as the half comes to an end. Wellens. There's Stock, the Doncaster captain. Got too much on that for Mills, really. O'Connor. Queen's moved into a threatening position, but Johnson intercepts. You're going to have to keep going all the way here, Mills. I think he was hoping that would run a bit quicker than that.
Well, looking at goalkeepers, he's had about one save to make. Ankergrim has kept his team in it. It's so important for goalkeepers on the training pitch. I was lucky to play with the likes of Peter Shilton, Dan Broikinen, Hans Sagers, Chris Woods, Steve Sutton, and you see how hard they work on a training pitch to make sure they take it out on the pitch on a Saturday afternoon and get it right. Ankergrim has got it right on both occasions for his team.
Price beaten to the aerial ball. Howson. Did well, did very well. Friedman up with him. Tried to slide it to Douglas. Who's there anyway to retrieve possession momentarily. Wellens. Here's Green. Again, O'Connor using this space intelligently. That's not a bad ball either for Hayter.
It's the first time he's been really involved in this first half. Not a lot to supply to him. It's a rare break in the last 10 or 15 minutes from Doncaster. Again, they break well, they break quickly. Just stays onside, lovely little turn. One touch away from him, and it's not the quality he wanted in the final shot.
He is Doncaster's top scorer, James Hayter, on 10 goals, but he hasn't scored for 4 months now. Great header from Prutton. Come back to Green. Prutton's there again for Leeds. Johnson. Reared up as O'Connor tried to clear. Mikulik with a header. Nervy clearance. It's gone straight to Wellens. Roberts. In early for Hayter. And he's escaped his marker. It's Hayter for Doncaster, the keeper there to the rescue again for Leeds. What a half he's had.
Superb half again. His concentration levels are spot on. The ball is a terrific one. The run's spot on. The first touch is awful. Takes him well away from goal and allows Ankergrim just to get that touch. Get it out of the danger zone. But the first touch, you can see why he hasn't scored for that long. He was in a good area.
Room Green's been given here, and it took a deflection for a corner.
Well, good finish to the half from Doncaster. The writer of the opening of the half, but Leeds have done well to come back into it, and now Doncaster have responded again.
Stop with the kick. Price making a run then, but once again the disappointing delivery from his skipper meant it was a run in vain. He's still in there though, and gets it now. A bit too clever with the layoff then. Something simple and straightforward would have been better. Here's Beckford, on to Johnson. O'Connor's been left adrift for the moment, racing hard to keep up with Beckford now, and Beckford wins the race. It's a clever ball as well for Kilkenny. Howson shot.
Well, that was forged from Beckford's determination to get into a corner flank, to be strong, hold on, lovely reverse pass there. Howson gets the ball now, gets it away from his body, and just can't curl it in that top corner. So, terrific attempt, to be fair. Sullivan was beaten, so was the frame of the goal. He knows how close he's come to put his team 1-0 in front. Well, the build-up there was all about Beckford, his strength, his determination and his vision.
Wellens, stop. Another willing run from O'Connor. Did well to lose Prutton. Couldn't quite pick out Green. Coppinger closes down a Howson, but he calmly plays it out to Richardson. So Kenny now. All the options closed down. He tried the over-ambitious ball, which could still come off. No, Roberts stayed strong. Mikulin, the time to take it into the opposition half for the first time in this half. Beckford, off him to Howson. All the way through. 2 minutes of stoppage time being played at Wembley in the League One playoff final.
Howson's becoming more of an influence in this game. 15 minutes into the first half, he couldn't get near the ball now. He's getting on it more than Doncaster would like.
Douglas gives it away. It actually came off Green, and that took it into Sullivan's path.
A confident young man. You see how desperate he is to get on the ball, and once he does, he started to make things happen for Leeds.
Price the target again here for Sullivan. As though he was being held. Nothing given though. And Friedman will chase that all the way between goalkeeper and defender. Stop. Now O'Connor. A lot of Green ahead of him. And here's the player called Green. Now Hayter.
Just an extra touch there gave defender a chance to close it down.
Green. Looking for Price in the centre, stabbed clear by Huntington. Referee's just had a look at his watch, only seconds of the first half remaining. And there is the whistle. 0-0 at half-time, but he's the main reason for that. Ankergren was called upon twice in the opening 10 minutes, and twice he saved quite superbly to keep a clean sheet for Leeds United, denying Hayter and also Coppinger, and later on he made another fine interception as well. Doncaster would have been the better team, but it's goalless at the break.
Nothing then to separate them yet. We'll get the views of Roberto Martinez and Peter Beagrie in a few seconds' time. Doncaster certainly starting the better, having chances, but Leeds have gone all season fighting adversity. No change there then. We're in the middle of 3 playoff finals at Wembley Stadium. And that shot brought to you by the Sky Bet Blimp. We've got one more to go tomorrow. Another derby game, the League 2 final. Rochdale against Stockport, 2:30. Sky Sports 2 and HD2. Here today, though, Doncaster 0, Leeds United 0. Roberto Martinez, Peter Beagrie watching that. And Roberto, who's on top after the first half, do you think?
Well, I think there were two different roles. I think the first 10 minutes, Doncaster were a storm of good football. I think they created chance after chance, and they were very unlucky not to score. And then after that, probably was a sense of relief. You could see the fans, the Leeds fans, they tried to get behind the team, and probably they got a little bit of possession, and they created half chances if you want. But overall, I would say that Doncaster have been by far the better side.
But Peter, Leeds stick in there, don't they?
Yeah, they do. We said about the late goals this season and everything, and out of adversity, and they were backs against the wall. You know, Doncaster, they were like the Red Arrows when it first started off. The movement is devastating, and there's always options for the man in the ball, and it's always in front. And we see Paul Green here running from the central midfield position, little nutmegs, presents the man to pull it back for Price, and but for a good covering tackle from Huntington, that's on target, that's going towards goal. Great little bit of skill, but we've said about the movement that they've got, and it's difficult for Leeds back four to pick up the midfield runners. There's not enough communication, and we've seen more often than not Doncaster profit when they've been in possession of the ball.
And Leeds have needed their goalkeeper, Roberto, haven't they?
They needed him really hardly, and he was lively, and he was bright, and he was alert, and you can see his starting position is everything. You can see the Leeds defence, they are quite high up, so the keeper has to be alert, and Casper there, his decision is fantastic. If he would have been just a little bit doubting that sometimes he can do, that would have been a free shot on target for Cop.
This is the best chance, George. This is the best chance. I think Rob agrees as well. Yeah. As we see the ball bouncing here from Price, no one there, it's bounced up. All the goals open to him to lob the keeper. There's no need to invite the keeper towards you, and if he'd have took that early, it would have been a goal.
Probably that one unfortunate, but it was exactly the same pattern. I think Hayter's movement, he gets behind on the centre half, unlucky with the first touch, and then Casper again, very lively, makes the right decision and
Sweeping
just clears the
Casper, the friendly goalie.
We know Richie Wellens has an injury going into this game. Do Leeds know as well?
Yeah, well, the way that he limped off, and we were all aware of it, weren't we? Yeah, he looked like me, to be fair, but we see that should have been a booking, and only because it was very early on in the game did the referee not book him. But we see just along here again, Douglas can't get near him this time. He wants to, but there's the right full-back there going in on him, and he's putting who goes in the boot for him. He's lost the ball. And I think that one wasn't a case of targeting that one. I think he's lost control of the ball. He's stopping his movement going forward because he's realised that the bear at the back.
Doncaster, do they keep on passing in the second half, Roberto? No change for them?
No, at all, no, but I think Sean O'Driscoll will be a big concern that they have to be a bit more composed and a bit more clinical in the last third, because all the good play, if you don't score, you're going to suffer, because Leeds are very experienced. You can see it there. They can understand the role, and they take nothing to score a goal. You can see that probably Freeman, he hasn't been in the game yet, but he only takes 1 second to create a chance, and probably we said that Doncaster need to play well to score a goal. Leeds don't need to do that.
And remember the late goals Leeds have scored this season. They are infamous for it, and they're still very much in this final.
Hello. Aren't you going to say anything?
£10 top-up, please.
Now with longer between T-Mobile top-ups, you'll be missed. So all the bank holiday stock's loaded?
Yep, this 19-inch LCD with built-in digital TV receiver and DVD player is £249, save £50. And this Hoover 1600 spin large capacity washing machine is £249, save £150.
Obviously in a hurry.